The 2025 Harmonia Music Awards had all the makings of a legendary night. The stars aligned, literally and figuratively, as Hollywood royalty, music icons, and international press descended on the Beverly Grove Pavilion. For weeks, anticipation had built around one central figure, Celestina Frost, the elusive queen of soul pop, poised to receive the coveted Lifetime Icon Award after decades of defining an era with her voice. But no one could have predicted that the night's most talked-about moment wouldn't come from the stage, but from the shadows just beyond it. It started subtly, a shimmer in the corner of the red carpet, a dress too bright, a smile too poised. Amara Devon had arrived. Once a minor aristocrat from the fringes of European nobility, Amara had spent the last several years transforming herself into a lifestyle brand, a self-declared advocate for modern elegance. But in the eyes of many, she had become better known for controversy than contribution. And on this night, a night that wasn't hers to own, she stepped boldly into the spotlight, uninvited. Her entrance wasn't subtle. Draped in a floor-length gown composed of fractured mirrors and gemstone embroidery, she moved like a woman determined to be seen. She wasn't on the guest list. She hadn't been expected, but she acted as if the entire event had been thrown in her honor. She walked in like a queen reclaiming a stolen throne, whispered one photographer. But the throne wasn't empty, and it certainly wasn't hers. Inside, the atmosphere was magnetic. Champagne flowed. The air buzzed with whispered predictions and celebrity greetings. And at the heart of the room, surrounded by close friends and trusted collaborators, sat Celestina Frost, radiant, calm, and untouchable. But when Amara moved toward the VIP section, something in the air shifted. Conversations paused. Heads turned. Every pair of eyes seemed to ask the same unspoken question. What is she doing here? The answer came quickly, and without apology. Amara made her way toward Celestina with a calculated smile and extended hand, perhaps hoping to stage a moment that would land her on Monday's entertainment shows. But Celestina, never one for drama, yet never one to shy away from truth, didn't move. She looked up, leveled her gaze, and in a voice just loud enough for the room to hear, delivered the line that would be quoted for days to come. Some people force themselves into places they don't belong. The silence that followed was devastating. It wasn't a scream. It wasn't a scene. It was worse, it was dismissal. Amara froze. For a moment, she looked like someone who had just stepped into a room, only to realize she was standing alone. She tried to maintain her composure, but the blow had landed. And then came the finishing stroke. Security, already alerted to her unsanctioned presence, stepped forward. They didn't rush. They didn't raise their voices. They simply ushered her away with the same quiet finality that had defined Celestina's sentence. The door closed behind her, and the whispers began. What had just happened wasn't simply a social faux pas. It was a line in the sand. A room full of artists, legends, and gatekeepers had just witnessed one woman draw that line with surgical precision. In an industry addicted to image, it was authenticity that had won. Backstage, reactions were swift and fierce. "She's been doing this for years," murmured one stylist. Showing up, trying to stay in the conversation. But tonight, she pushed too far. This wasn't the first time Amara Devon had inserted herself where she wasn't wanted. Her post-Nobel reinvention had included podcast stunts, unannounced red carpet appearances, and whisper campaigns about fictional brand deals. She had turned proximity into strategy, controversy into currency. But the check she tried to cash that night, in the presence of an icon, finally bounced. And Celestina Frost, she never flinched. She didn't tweet. She didn't speak further on the matter. She didn't need to. Her poise was louder than scandal. Her silence, more powerful than any rebuttal. That night, she took the stage to a standing ovation. Her performance, equal parts grace and fire, reminded everyone why she was there, and why so many others were not. She thanked her team, her mentors, her audience. She did not mention the earlier incident, but those who had seen it knew. Her speech didn't need footnotes. As the lights dimmed and the final chorus soared, Amara Devon was long gone. No press releases.
No social media responses.
Just absence and echoes. What had started as a night of celebration became something more. A quiet but unforgettable reckoning. A reminder that true stars don't claw for relevance, they radiate it. And in a city where masks are many, and ambition often masquerades as worth, one woman dared to tell the truth, with nothing but her eyes, her voice, and her refusal to entertain pretenders. For Celestina Frost, it was the night she received her flowers. For Amara Devon, it was the night the music finally stopped.